If League of Legends were mythology, Faker would be its Zeus. Not just because he rules from the top, but because his lightning strikes aren't just symbolic, they're actual gameplay clips that have left fans gasping worldwide. Faker has had a career that reads like the most OP script Riot ever wrote. April 2013, the birth of a legend.
Yeah, how well is Captain Jack doing this lane? Because he's been typically a relatively weak lane.
Whoa, Ambition! What? Faker just executes Ambition in that mid lane.
I think there was...
Every great tale has a beginning, and Faker's started with the Nidalee Javelin. It was April 2013, Champion Spring, and a relatively unknown kid subbed in on SK Telecom T12. Now, most fans had no idea who he was, except maybe the unlucky ones who met him in solo queue and still hear spears whistling in their nightmares. Then came the play. Ambition. Yeah, that Ambition was minding his own business, evolving a Kha'Zix's ability, blissfully unaware that Nidalee was about to drop in like a jungle cat on a gazelle. Faker launched a javelin at point-blank range and went full cougar under tower, locking in his first pro kill. And just like that, the Faker era began. One kill under tower, one predator pounce, one entire mid lane shaken to its core. Up to that point, he was just a name. After that play, he was the name. And that first season, a warning shot to the rest of the world. September 2013, the Zed duel heard around the world.
I'm like, even though I only have a mat on the floor, I think he's in the bed. Oh, Faker may be in trouble here. Deathmark tries to clean it up for Ryu. Oh, look at the cleanse, look at the moves. Faker, what was that?
Faker with a huge play, the QSS.
It's 2013 Summer Champions Final, Game 5. Blind pick. And you know what that means. Mirror match time. Faker versus Ryu. Zed versus Zed. Assassin versus Assassin. And somewhere the League gods were like, let's make this one iconic. The fight didn't start flashy. Ryu actually had the advantage, catching Faker with a few tower shots. But Faker, ever the cerebral killer, wasn't about to go down in a fair trade. Shadow, ult, QSS cleanse, flash, living shadow again, and just like that, Ryu was dead and Faker was barely alive. The whole moment felt less like a highlight and more like a rite of passage. Ryu played well, Faker just played perfectly. And from that day on, Faker wasn't just a top mid laner, he was the mid laner. Everybody else was just renting space. May 2014, Fnatic meets the Demon King.
It hit the small red.
Oh, wow. Oh, Yellowstar, they're trying everything now. They want to get themselves a kill on Faker, but it's not to be. Intervention goes down, but Faker's just going to run amok through this team, and in comes Rats once again. It's another double kill.
Alright, let's jump ahead to the All-Star Weekend in Paris 2014. Faker's back on Zed, because of course he is, and Fnatic is making moves. They catch Impact, they catch Benji. Baron's on the table, and Fnatic thinks they've got it, until they don't. Faker doesn't walk into fights. He teleports across the map like a shadowy wraith, zips over the wall, deletes Cyanide in seconds, disappears again, comes back with friends, steals Baron, game, set, adios finals. August 2015, Riven's Revenge and the Telecom Coronation.
And double six, they get the flash from Nagne. Faker comes in, he's got the ult, he's got the kill. Beautiful, beautiful
Faker
game from SKT.
Dodged that petrifying gaze so beautifully, I almost couldn't see it.
Okay, so 2015 should have been Faker's slump year. After all, he'd just been benched for Easy Hoon. The guy could barely get stage time, let alone carry games. Critics were murmuring, was this going to be the end? Well, it turned out, it wasn't. In a season where every match felt like a test, Faker went full anime pro tag. The guy didn't just respond to doubt, he obliterated it. Averaging over 5 kills per game, he came into the LCK Summer Final against KT Rolster like a man possessed. And then he picked Riven, a champion nobody expected and most feared in the hands of a mechanical god. October 2017, Faker says no to taunts.
Got the first Baron, that was huge for them to actually get a bigger goal lead. They're saving the Drake now, they got two already. Bang is hiding, he's coming! Bang looking to come in, here comes your initiation, they're right through! Oh my god! Faker's shockwave will find them all!
Okay, Worlds 2017 Week 1 Group Stage. SKT versus Edward Gaming. And Faker, he's on Orianna. Classic control, classic danger. But this time, the odds are not in his favor. EDG's rolling. Rookie ADC iBoy even flashes his team logo before the match like this is the WWE. That's a big mistake. Because if there's one thing you don't do, you don't taunt Faker. As the match reaches a boiling point, Wolf goes in with Rakan. Faker winds it up, it's a shockwave, instant deletion. Mako's gone. SKT flips the script, rolls over EDG, and wins the unwinnable. 2024, the year Faker became immortal.
Third grub. Fourth is what they want. TES, can they find the fight? Nice charm on the side. Immediately they find the killer they were looking for. Jackie Love caught out. 3 stacks available for Faker. Nice Ezreal ult coming in for Jackie Love, but the damage not enough. Feathers flying out. Members falling for the side of TES's T1.
Faker's not just about big plays anymore. He's a walking milestone. 2024 was the year the numbers finally started catching up with the legend. February 1st, 600 LCK wins. February 3rd, 3,000 kills. April, 5,000 assists. Like, just stop and think about that for a second. 5,000 assists. That's not just playing the game, that's reshaping it. And then came Worlds. 100 wins in a World Championship, the first to do it. Then on November 2nd, Faker walks into the O2 Arena not as a returning champion, but as the final boss. After a decade of domination, Faker bags his 5th Worlds title. 5th, as in more than most entire organizations have in trophies. Finals MVP, again. That's 2 now, if anybody's counting. And yeah, 500 kills on the world stage, the first, naturally. No flash, no gimmicks, just Faker. Across a decade of play, metas shifted, champions come and go, and countless new prodigies tried their hand at the crown, but Faker never stepped off the throne. Whether it was styling on Ryu in a Zed duel, pulling off high-pressure steals in Paris, or calmly dismantling overconfident rookies in 2024, Faker always had one thing: presence. That icy, deadpan stare. That perfect spacing, that feeling that no matter how the game looked, if Faker was still alive, SKT, now T1, still had a shot at victory. So the next time you're locked in Champ Select, hover mid, and somebody hovers Zed, just remember, you're not Faker, and hey, that's okay, because there's never gonna be another player like Faker out there. Which one of these moments caught your attention the most and held it? And which of these baller plays makes your top 10 list? Make sure you let us know in the comments section down below, and we'll catch you next time.